Some mountains are scaled, others are slain. Howdy guys, welcome back to Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus. On today's adventure we're going to be taking on the next Colossi, who's known as Quadratus. On this adventure we actually get to see, what sort of respect Wander has to Mono, but let's first watch this. Well, what Dorman was actually talking about, those things are actually known as your save points. Well, you will find those things scattered around the whole place, but for now, let's go on and find our next boss, Quadratus. As you can probably tell by the name, Quadratus is a quadruped, and we're going to see where this guy's at. As it looks like it, though, the boss seems like it's just right behind the place, but it actually isn't. It's actually way down here. And here's where you actually begin to notice, and you see Aggro's, you see his AI shine, in the fact that, for this whole section, I literally just took my hands off the controller, and I just let Aggro do his thing. In fact, for some of these parts, you don't even have to even control them, which is really nice. And it's just, sort of that feeling that, Aggro is actually really intelligent, and, he can discern, obviously cliffs from actually road paths, so he will not walk off. And again, the programmed AI just gives you a sort of feel, some sort of companionship that this horse, is a living, breathing thing that is actually your friend, and he's here to stick it through you to the end, in a sense, actually. So, and also here we go with another little spooky interlude, which includes some of that main theme stuff. So let's watch. Oh no, impending doom upon that area. Now, people who actually played this game will know where the next boss is at. Those who don't know, stay surprised. But, again, so there's some really odd things about this game that are never really explained. As I'll now touch upon the subject, of who the heck is Mono. The game never explains it. That's just one of the weird things, as you saw, like, toward the beginning of the cutscene, how, Wander actually had, a deal of respect towards Mono. And that's just the thing, I mean, this sort of respect isn't, something in sort of relationship. I mean, some people, even actually the game case says, undying love. And it's not really the case because they don't really actually explain who the heck is Mono. But again, though, this is just me kind of rambling, because again, the story is just left there as something for you to, unravel yourself. That's why I like this game. That's why a lot of people like this game, because this game, you literally, the player, tell the story for yourself. And this is one of the more interesting aspects to storytelling, is just you literally let the player decipher his own story. Maybe Wander and Mono have a relationship. Maybe they're not. Maybe Mono is a sort of princess from this forbidden land, and and these people who are, which I'm sort of giving away some of the plot, but I'll shut up about that right now. But for now, let's actually watch some of this really impressive architecture. Now, me being in a engineering field, I would know that this architecture here is kind of dangerous, because you'd actually need some serious thought into making something like this. Is something like this possible? It is, but the maximum moment is going to be put on that small block. Now we're looking for the next boss, and he's somewhere around here, sort of waiting for us. Right behind there. But is he waiting for us? Or really, have we actually just approached this trap? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Quadratus. Probably one of the only few bosses that actually, gives you the option of having aggro here, which is actually kind of nice if you really think about it. Alright, let's see what we can do to this sucker. For now, he's very more like a goat-like boss, and right now I guess we're going to start scanning for his weak spots. Hold thy light to thy boss, and you will find the weak points that are on him. One on his head, one on his hoof, and one on his back. Alright. Now, when they actually mentioned, Dormin actually gives you some tips to actually fight some of these bosses. And, this one says, raise thy courage. Now, what do they mean by that? Literally, again, it's just a hint. And look at Quadratus' stance. That's one of his attacks right there. Now, this is where it gets kind of funky. I'm going to try to, make another pot shot, couple more runs. Just to try to piss him off and get his attention, I guess. But I'm really just showing the sheer massiveness of this boss. Again, that this guy is no pushover. This guy is here to take you down. And he's going to try to stomp you and try to, sort of mess you up. But alright, enough fooling around here. Let's really fight this guy. And we first start off. Beast, I raise thy courage. I shall slain thee. And his weak spot just happens to be right underneath his hoof. So now we have now have an open spot, and we're able to scale the monster. That is probably one of my favorite songs in this game, by the way. It just sends shivers down your spine to know that, this song is just playing while you're climbing this massive creature. It's just amazing to see, a lot of this music is just has a lot of thought toward it, and I just love this game for that. Whoa, almost fell off there. Now the real big challenge is, though, he has a weak spot in his head, but all the fur actually goes right toward his back, so we're gonna go for that one right first. And here's where it gets kind of tough. Again, you can upgrade your grip meter, and you might as well do that a couple times because some of these guys get really tough, and not having enough grip can mean the end of you. So you might want to take the time to actually explore through this game. As you can see, I'm going really low, but I just barely make it in time. And again, you might just want to stay standing still and try to hold R1, which actually just grabs onto the boss, because it actually, sort of initiates the grip meter staff, and there's one stab to the tail. I think this guy takes about 6 stabs. If you do whole stabs again. Alright, he almost shook me off there, but we're gonna get him. Alright, have health. Now, here's one of the more interesting things about this boss too. He's your first boss to actually contain multiple weak spots. Meaning that, there's gonna be another weak spot. And again, I did say that this boss actually has a weak point on its head. So we're gonna go to that one right now, and we're gonna take him out. And there it is. And you can see Quadratus' ugly mug right there too. That's one of his moves right there, where he tries to shake you off. Ineffectual, yes, because this guy has sort of like a flat head, so really, you can actually sort of have room for error, and he won't really shake you off. And if you stab him once, he shakes very violently, but we will hold on and take this guy out once and for all. Now, you always heard that third time is a charm. Well, that's true in this case, because this guy only has 3 stabs for each weak point. So, I say goodbye to Quadratus. again, it's just a real shame to actually see these beings die. It's just, you feel really sorry for it, but toward the end though, our goal again is to revive the maiden. Well guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this part of Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus, and I hope you guys stay tuned for the next part as they take on boss number 3. Take care.